Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to WhatsMap, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Well, today we've got a map from a creator we have done just the one time in the past. That was episode 578. They got 9 stars on that occasion and it was 3 stars across the board, meaning a perfectly acceptable, if mediocre map. Well, this map is definitely better in all senses of the word, with one exception, which is kind of a deal breaker but easily resolved. So if you don't mind keeping yourself active and doing things, then maybe perhaps you should do this instead. That's right, hitting that like button really does support the channel, gets me seen by more people and helps me grow a little bit more every single day, so thank you for taking the time. Today's map is a Branciforte by Blackout. I think that's right, Blackout 1, just the first of his kind. Well done. Let's have a look at the start square. Start square is perfectly fine, river runs through it and some coastline as well. And if we have a little look at the terrain heights, you'll see we've got a lot of flat land around the coast and river areas. Very sweet indeed. What about the resources? Mostly fertile with a little bit of ore and oil field painting, which kind of works as well. I'm not going to knock it for that. Off to the workshop. No DLC required, but it is network extensions too for those that have or want to use that one. We've got the Temperate Coast 4K theme, the realistic 1.2 LUT, unlimited trees because there's a lot of trees, and a few custom trees, but not too many. And so down to ground level. Now I've got to say that this map feels very lush and very rich. The amount of trees, I don't think it said in the description, this is from memory, 450,000 trees. That's a lot of trees. And it does feel like there's a lot of trees, but it doesn't feel over-treed, if there's such a word as over-treed. If it just feels lush and rich and vibrant, I kind of liking it. And again, the standards in today's map in terms of the terrain work and the elevated sections like that. One or two, you may notice there are 1 or 2 drowned trees underneath this little location here. We'll talk more about drowned trees later on, but it's not the worst map. That's possibly the worst section on the entire map for trees in the water, and it just depends on what you feel about trees in the water. I know trees can be in the water, especially on flooded rivers, so let's just assume that's a flooded river. There's a lot of water upstream coming down, so we can forgive that. So we'll ignoring that, okay, just ignore that. Look at the lovely pretty road. The lovely parallel road, very well done as well. It's based on a real life location. Branciforte, I'm hoping is the correct pronunciation there. I think it's Santa Cruz, once again working from memory, Santa Cruz, California. Still again working from memory. I haven't made any written notes at all. I just read these bits and hopefully they stick, and sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Next river, we've got no drowned trees. Very good work there. I've got to say though, I'd like to see the pillars aligned. There doesn't seem to be any reason why they wouldn't be aligned underneath there, because it's aligned at both ends, this bridge. So I don't understand why, but hey ho, we have what we have, and there's not, strictly speaking, nothing wrong with it. It just, I think it'd be cleaner and tidier and possibly a more aesthetically pleasing as well. Okay, coming down to I think we call this the main intersection. It's a main intersection anyway. We've got, it's one of these. There you go, trumpets. Trumpets to you and you and you. Okay, Grumble. I suppose we could talk about the merge lanes. Okay, three lanes going to 3 is nice there, and 3 lanes going into 3 is nice there. Lane arrows sometimes looking good, sometimes less so. And this route down here is towards the start square, but it's 2 lanes into 2. 2 lanes into 2 is fine. What am I moaning about? What am I moaning about? Absolutely perfectly fine. Sorry, I thought that was 3 lanes into 2, and I've just noticed I am a moron. I'm sure many of you were already aware of that. Okay, coming down to the start square intersection, which is this one. And again, it's kind of a trumpet one with a little underground section. It's kind of slick and smooth and good heights as well. Not too much to grumble about there. I would say there obviously was a pillar right there, and the space between the two pillars that are existing is quite long. I would like to see a pillar popped back into that kind of location. Somebody just grab the pillar there and pop it about there. And oh, I seem to have butchered the tree. Oh well, we didn't want that tree there anyway. It was underneath the highway, needed moving. Also, what needs moving is this pillar. This is BonBonB detailing. Let's look at the quality of the BonBonB detailing. Obviously, I'm just like showing you roughly. It doesn't have to be exactly perfect when I'm showing you roughly, does it? Maybe it does. Then we've got, I don't know why we've got the elevator section goes on an extra node here. Does it need to? Is there any real reason for it to want to? I don't know. I'm not going to change it. I think it just stands out to me as being something a bit odd, I guess. And the highway's kind of dead end there in the start square, which looks very buildable to me. Plenty of water going around it. And in the middle of the start square, we have placed today's asset of the day. Now, it's 3 assets in one. This is a modular system here. We have theatre passage, and then theatre, commercial building, and glass roof are the 3 separate assets that you'll be subscribing to. And obviously they plop down, then you can use move it to align them, particularly like the grass roof. The glass roof, there it is. And it was really easy to position. I mean, so easy using move it. I know it's easy to use move it, but that was even easier than I thought it was going to be to get it aligned and placed. Very easy to plop. Okay, factoids, because factoids. Now, yesterday we spoke about, was it yesterday? Mercury, the planet. Today it's Jupiter, and it has a day that lasts just 9 hours and 50 minutes. So yes, spinning quite fast on that axis. I wonder if that's what's causing that storm to keep spinning as much as it does. But anyway, yeah, big old planet, that one. Or maybe it's little with like lots of gas going around it. I wonder how much there is solid in the middle of that planet. It'd be funny if it was like a pea in the middle, wouldn't it? Anyway, there you go. Theatre Passage by Yosh, with some help from Sven and somebody else. Who was the somebody else? I can't remember. I did read it again. I prove I do read these things. So Sven Berlin and somebody else gave them some help. I think it was Sven who did the illumination on it, which we didn't see because I look at these things in the daylight unless I feel there is a need to. I don't really think we need to with that one. Who was the other person who... I'm tempted to look now, but I can't be... No, I'm looking at the roads. If I do some research now, it'll be too late and I'll miss something, won't I? So, okay. Anyway, yes, credit is on the description on the workshop page, so do check that one out if you fancy using that. I'm certainly planning to in Duvo, my city build, which is live on Friday. Don't miss it. It's the return of Duvo. Yes, just getting back on the road, and literally starting with the roads as well. I'm updating and upgrading one of the intersections. Speaking of intersections, this one here is fine. It's interesting because it separates and it kind of takes 2 different routes. We've got this route that comes around this way. Thank you very much, Mr. Motorbike. They do this on purpose to annoy me. I'm sure they do. I could do with double glazing. So anyway, yes, we've got 2 routes that go off to the edge of the map, left and right there as well. And that is pretty fine, if I say so. Obviously based on a real life location. So this road layout, I'm sure, is pretty close to the actual layout around the town or the location of Branciforte. I'm sure it's Forte. I've Googled this. And both the Italian and the Spanish seem to both cover fort with as forte. So yeah, Branchi or Branchi, one or the other. I'm sure somebody over on the West Coast will let me know just how bad my English is. And I know it's bad. Now the rail, we've got lots of trees. Ooh, that doesn't quite touch the catenary wires there. This one does, it's far from it. Yes, we've got lots of trees very close to the rail line. Now I think in this part of the world we don't have catenaries. I could be wrong. That one, no, that doesn't touch the wires either. We'll find one in a minute that does, because there are definitely a few on this line that do. Probably this one. Let's have a look here. Oh, yeah, go with it. There you go. That one is lovely. There you go. That tree is a naughty tree. It's earthing the wires. But yes, as it's probably not this one, probably. No, that one's not. I'll tell you, I give up. I know there are more than one. All right, just take my word for it. Well, yes, yeah, this part of the world I believe is catenary free, so you use the catenary replacer mod just to remove all the catenaries, and there will be no issues at all. But as it stands, I have to mark it as it is, and there are trees hanging over the catenary. Like this one has to be, doesn't it? Oh, it's too high. No, it's not. But there are. Look, I give up. I give up. Trees overhanging the wires here and there, just the ones that we haven't looked at. No, I'm not going to look at that one. No, I'm not looking at that one either. Or that one. No. Anyway, the rail, it's fine, it's smooth, it's slick. I cannot grumble about it, and it makes sense, the route that it takes as well. So all credit, I think, to Blackout for that. Right, intermission time. We'll come back and do the shipping routes. Flowscape is here, now creating beautiful scenes every single week on this channel. Ah, isn't it beautiful? Want to know more? Of course you do. Click that information button now. And we're back with the shipping routes. Now, Branciforte shipping route makes all the sense in the world, and there's nothing I can mark it down on. It's this one yellow line here that runs the length of the coast far enough out to sea that it's not causing any issues whatsoever. Honestly, that's what I call a perfect shipping route. Water flow. Now, the start square water flow is interesting. Right, we've got the coast, and there's barely any water motion there at all. But you can see we've got a river, so that's good, isn't it? And the water is flowing upstream into the river. And not only that, it's flowing slowly upstream into the river. I think this is going to be for vanilla players, and let's face it, it is quite a low requirement map, so there will be quite a few vanilla players. Thank you again, another motorbike there. Yes, there's going to be a lot of water flow issues coming downstream here. So somewhere in the middle somewhere, there is going to be a null point where the water is flowing neither direction. On top of that, it's a little bit very light. A little bit very light. Did you see that? Yes, it is. Let's have a look at some other things first. We'll have to look at the rivers in a moment. The fields, yes, I can buy into these. Mostly field painted with fertile. Some aren't painted at all, like that one there. And then occasionally you've got a little daub of ore or oil, which doesn't stop you from using the majority of it as fertile land, but also you can operate with the, what's the word I'm looking for? The industries, that's it, you can operate with industries as well. Let's have a look at the beaches. There's about 3 dobs of beaches, and they are fine and lovely. Can't really say too much about it, really. It's fine. They're lovely. And then, yes, the rivers. Okay, let's start off with this river. Let's go up. This is the Start Square River, I do believe. No, yes, this is the Start Square River because it stop-starts. Look at this. We've got a little bit of a lull point here and lull point there. The game has been running a while as well. It's had plenty of time to sort itself out, but it is very much stop-starting here and here and there as well. So yeah, there's a bit of a problem, and this is the main Start Square River. You do need a good water flow coming down from there, and there's no reason why you can't have. I mean, we've got a spawn point right at the top, we've got another one here, one a bit further down there, and then that's it. So if we were to put in a small spawn maybe in that area there, and then down in this area here, that would probably give you enough water to flow and to carry on out to sea and solve that problem. So 2 or 3 extra spawn points and the water flow issue is gone. This river is a little bit light coming out at this end, but other than that, if anything, it feels a little bit flooded. Like under here, these are the drowned trees that we say not really drowned, just paddling away there. And then if we go a little bit further upstream, we'll find some more somewhere. There's a few got the feet in the water down here as well. And there's at least another batch. Oh, I've got a gap. I didn't notice this earlier. Okay, we might have to put the speed up on this one. But yes, let's have a look for spawn points. There's your spawn point there. So we've got the spawn points are okay. but we've got no spawn point going on here. Could probably use it. Yeah, anyways, generally though, this river, I can't believe that this is a null. It's got to be starter map water flow problems, I would say. I think here we've got a reservoir, and it makes a pleasant change to see a vanilla plopped dam, just like that. In this world of all these custom vanilla dams and stuff, all the really clever stuff, that one, not trying to be clever, just putting down a dam. That's where there should be a dam, and it looks good. Okay, let's have a look at some of the rest of the little flyover. There's a lot of hills that are fairly tricky in terms of build area, but that's fine because we're not really looking to build into this area. It's mostly backdrop. You can do some stuff up here, maybe do a national park or something, but most of the build area is going to be down in the start square area. Let's see what's going on with this river. It's slowly moving its way down. I'm going to speed this thing up. Speed it right up. Okay, and that's on max speed. I'm watching it move its way down. In fact, it seems to have gone already. So has it sorted itself out already? Or is it there? There it is. So yes, it's just a little bit light there. And I'm just looking to see whether this, you see a little bit further upstream, you can see a couple of drowned trees up there. Are we going to get any more problems? Unlike the other river, which was continuously spawning out these little lumpy bits, this seems to have sorted itself out, I think. Looking at that, I don't think we'll have, and it's just a little, possibly just a little bit light in that spot, but we haven't got any more droughts going on there. But anyways, enough about my speculation on what might happen with that river. What do you think of this map? Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewer's Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. What do I think? I think it might be in there, you know. Somewhere between 5 and 10, I think, possibly. That said, I like it. I think it looks very lush and aesthetically quite pleasing. It hasn't been overdone at all. It's just a bog standard but well produced map. I'm going to give it 4 stars for aesthetics. Detailing across the whole, very good. Can't really find too much to moan about, and that's a good thing. I think it only just edges into 4-star territory. It's a low 4, but I think it's good enough to deserve the 4. But for gameplay potential, we've got a bit of an issue with that water flow. I would be tempted to push towards 4 stars for gameplay on this map, but water flow is kind of important for vanilla players, and it's kind of a bit broken. So I'm going to give it a high 2, and we'll just leave it at that, shall we? Branciforte by Blackout 1, and what's 10 stars, 9 stars last time, and just water flow problems. That is it. That could be 12 stars easily with a decent flowing river going through the start square, but there we go. Shrug my shoulders, it's fine. Well, thanks for watching, for commenting, for liking, and for subscribing. Old map on the screen now if you want to go and have a little vote at that. Don't forget, Duvo is coming up on Friday, don't miss that. And Flowscape on Mondays now as well, which is always relaxing and a lot of fun as well. Right, I'll see you tomorrow for another map in the What's Map series. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.